Hi there, this is Lindsey Lee Johnson. I am the author of The Most Dangerous Place on Earth, which is coming out in January 2017 from Random House. I'm really excited, really thrilled beyond measure to be invited by librarians to speak to librarians as part of Random House's EarlyReads program. Thank you so much for having me. So my first job when I was 15 was shelving books at the Mill Valley Public Library, which I believe is probably the most beautiful small-town public library in the world, although I may be a little biased. So libraries and librarians hold a special place in my heart. As a child, I felt so comfortable there, and as a teenager, it was where I wanted to hang out, which probably tells you a lot about what kind of teenager I was. I want to share a little bit with you about how I came to write The Most Dangerous Place on Earth. So it all started back in 2008, which you probably remember was a difficult time for the country, and it was also a difficult time for me personally. I had graduated from graduate school with a writing degree. I had been teaching at the University of Southern California, and my teaching contract was not renewed due to budget cuts. I had just bought a house, actually, in Los Angeles, which I could no longer afford, and my longtime boyfriend broke up with me. So I was sort of heartbroken, I was heartbroken and didn't know what to do. And I had very generous parents who invited me to come back and stay with them until I got my feet back on the ground. So that's what I did. I moved back to my hometown in Marin County, California, and I got the only job that I could find, which was as a full-time English tutor and mentor at a learning center in Mill Valley. After the first day working at the learning center, I almost quit, to be honest. The kids that I met at this place were, many of them, overworked, overstressed, under tremendous pressure to succeed. Others of them were addicted to drugs and alcohol, partied all the time. They pretty much universally used language that just shocked me and offended me. And I thought, what am I doing here? But once I got over my initial judgment of the kids, and I just started to listen to them. And as I started to listen to them, I started to see that they were much more than they had at first appeared to be. I got to hear about how their parents treated them when no one else was around, and how they were with their friends, and what happened at the parties, and what happened at school, and how they felt about all of it. And sometimes I just got to hear their bad jokes, and sometimes they just listened to me read The Great Gatsby out loud. And it became one of the happiest times in my life. I just was fascinated by them. They were so alive, and they were striving so hard for whatever it was that they each wanted. What happened was I ended up meeting the love of my life at the tutoring center, and he ended up getting into medical school after we had been working there for about 2 years. So I made the very difficult decision to leave my job, which at that point was my life, and move with him to Portland, Oregon. And there I got another job, this time teaching English in a community college. I miss these kids so much. And because I was a writer, I tried to reproduce the voices, the quality of the voices and the quality of the stories. I was inspired technically by some novels that I really loved, by Jennifer Egan's A Visit from the Goon Squad, by Elizabeth Strout's Olive Kitteridge, and by Tom Rackman's The Imperfectionists. What I loved about these novels is that each novel portrayed an entire community by using different voices from within that community and linking all the voices together to kind of make a chorus. And that was what I wanted to do. I didn't want to tell the story of just one student, one teenager. I wanted to give the idea of this whole world of teenagers that exists, that many adults don't understand or don't have access to. At the same time, I'm a novelist and I'm a lover of novels above all. So I wanted to write something that had that immersive quality of a novel and also the sense of narrative propulsion. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am really, really excited for our live chat, which is going to be coming up on October 5th. And I hope you will join me and bring your questions and your stories of teenage life. Thanks.